Hey, Possum, Civil Disorder here. It's Friday evening, actually late Friday night. I know I had promised to post a new episode earlier today. It's Friday at around noon. The person I had scheduled to interview this morning woke up with a not under the weather, and so we're postponed for that, which is just as well because I had a Zoom call this morning with a dear friend of mine about a misunderstanding that we had had, primarily I had had, with a conversation that we had, and I was feeling really hurt by. And so I reached out and said I was really hurt. And we had a great conversation this morning. And I'm delighted. I'm happy that we worked it out. And it's proof that if you don't let things fester, if something hurts your feelings for some reason, whatever it is, just say it to somebody else. Because as I keep reminding myself, we don't know what other people are going through. And what I found for myself today, or found out about myself today, was that I have been holding back a lot of anxiety and fear and grief the last week, over my decision to be as out as I am and as visible as I am. I'm thrilled with the response. I'm overwhelmed by the positive responses, but somewhere in the background was this this aching feeling that the shoe was going to drop. One of my friends or loved ones was going to say something to me, react in some kind of way to me that was going to break my heart. And I was just waiting for that to happen. And in doing so, I misunderstood some things that were said to me, and I projected a feeling upon somebody who had no feelings in that respect, who is going through their own issues, and that's why I was not getting the responses that I wanted from them and expected from them. So that's resolved, and I'm really happy about that. I feel like we bonded a great deal, but that started me off on a bawling spree, which was great. It was obviously something I needed. Very, very cathartic to finally cry out a lot of pain that I've had internalized for these many years. I'll probably cry again if you want to stay tuned and watch that. It's okay. I have my box of tissues right here and ready to go. Because I'm going to tell you about my week a little bit here. Since I don't have a guest, I'm going to just talk about me. Hey, what's more fun than that? This has been a really strong growth week for me. And aside from that particular experience this morning, I realized last night that one of my dearest friends, Brandy, had posted a comment on my page, which when I looked at it today, meant something a lot different to me than how it hit me last night. What she posted on was a picture of me telling me that I was beautiful, but she called me by my former name, Gregory, and I corrected her, and her response in that to me at that moment was, oh my goodness, I can't keep up. There's been so many changes. Just know that I love all of your personalities, all of your whatever, and leave it at that, or just accept the compliment. And at that moment, it hit me as, wait, what? You don't care enough about me to just actually embrace my name change? And that really hurt me at that moment. So I didn't respond to it at that time, and I'm glad I didn't, because when I got done talking to my friend this morning, I realized that the way I looked at that was, again, projecting something that was not there. And when I looked at it, I said, well, of course she's confused. Most everybody's confused. You've changed your name like 3 freaking times, from Gregory to Thegary, Gregory, Thegary. Sybill. You have the drag personality over here that's been something St. James. I can't even remember now. Sapphire St. James, I think it was. Um, and is now back to Jasmine Sapphire. So who the hell can keep track of which name I'm calling myself these days? So when I realized that, it was like, well, of course. So duh on me. And I love that she loves and embraces every one of those names and doesn't really care one way or the other and will call me whatever I want to be called. I just need to settle on that, which I have, by the way. So if you're out there and you're questioning, what do I want to be called? I want to be called Sybill Disorder as my real name, and my drag persona is Jasmine Sapphire. We are two different people. I did drag when I presented as solely male, and I I'm starting to do drag again, but that is not my who I am. That is that is a character that is on stage, and that's different than who I am if I just happen to be in my daily life and presenting myself today as in more female form. So that said, my friend this morning said to me when we were hanging up, I know how to talk to Gregory. I don't know how to talk to Sybill. And I said, off the cuff, I quickly said, same person, no issues. And they said to me, yes, because I said I'm the same person, and they said no, you're not the same person, which is also true. Uh, they didn't know whether they should address me as she, he, them, her, which, what, and that's true for a lot of us who are non-binary. For me, and I only talk about me specifically, I don't care what pronoun you apply to me. If you've known me your whole life as he, that is fine with me. It will never offend me if you call me he. If I'm presenting feminine and you call me she, that will not offend me in any way, shape, or form. I've spent my entire life being misgendered, so it doesn't bother me anymore, and it's fine. If I'm presenting female, I prefer she. If I'm presenting male, he is fine. I don't mind she either. When I was a younger gay person and hanging out in DuPont Circle in Washington, D.C., all the gay boys called each other girl, she, Mary, sister, it was all of that. So I'm just used to it. It doesn't bother me. So don't even give that particular thing a thought. In writing, I like a capital S with a slash and a capital H, lowercase e, just to show that I am non-binary, and you can go with either one. That's how I put it. So don't feel like you can't talk to me because you don't understand how to use my pronouns. And if you have any questions about how other people use pronouns and you don't understand what they mean, I'm always available to talk about that kind of stuff. If it's stuff that you can find on Google, please don't bother me with that, because I have too much going on and too much I want to do. And Google is your friend. But if you're talking about my specific emotions or my specific thoughts on something, by all means, I'm always willing to discuss that with anybody. I went shopping on, I don't even know what day this is, Friday. Wednesday, I went shopping with my new friend, Susan Lysak, and I'm calling her out with her permission. I met Susan as a Facebook friend. She somehow got a friend request from me, which was fine, and she wrote to me a while back saying, I'm not sure how I got a friend request from you, but I hope it's not an accident. And it touched me so much, and we've become good friends. And she wanted to give me my first pocketbook. And so we met up on Wednesday at Clothes Mentor in Wilmington, and I'm calling them out by name too, because they're such a great store, and I was treated so well in that store by not only the people who work there, but the customers who were in the store, who were excited to help me tell me whether or not something looked good on me or whether I could pair something with something else. And they were all giddy and excited to dress me up. So it was like pinup girl or dress up girl, little, that we played when we were kids. And so that was fun. I really had a good time doing that. But she gave me this gorgeous Coach bag. So it's my first handbag, and I absolutely love it. I carried it for the first time last night when I went out in feminine garb. And I gotta say, I don't know how I lived without a purse before, because I'm always looking for a place to carry tissue because I'm always having a runny nose with my allergies, and my phone and my keys, and I hate stuff in my pockets as much as soon as I put on a dress that doesn't have pockets, I was like, God bless America. I know what they're bitching about. And then another one I tried on, the pockets were like, could barely get my fingernails in there. And I was like, what the hell even bother? I mean, what can you put in there? A chiclet? So girls, I feel your pain, and I don't know that I can get the manufacturers to change that. I have a lot of plans for changing the world, but I'm not sure I can manage that, but I'll do what I can. I also bought myself a little gift while as a boy, always expressively boy, even though I was a femboy. Steve Madden was my favorite male designer of my male clothes and male shoes. And so this purse was on sale for $11. How wonderful is $11? It's in my favorite color, and I just had to have it. So it's fluorescent orange. You can't miss me anywhere in town, probably from space, when I'm carrying that bag. So I'm very excited and happy about that. So that was a good day this week, and I had a really great day other than crying a lot. I had a very pleasantly persistent, and I call him pleasantly persistent for a reason, sales caller today, who's been trying desperately to reach me and talk to me for months about their services. And I never had time. He always called me at the wrong moment. And since I don't consider myself a salesperson, but I work in a field where I have to reach out to people to try to convince them to use my services, right? So I try to give people a fair opportunity to shoot me at least their elevator pitch before I tell them whether or not I'm interested or not. But I'm not going to sit there and talk to somebody at the expense of my client or something else I need to accomplish if it's not something I scheduled myself. So he happened to catch me because of the day I was having. I'm bipolar, in case some of you have not heard that or missed that somewhere in one of my other conversations. And it's medicated. I'm doing very well between the medication and the my self control of my disease. And today, because of the weather for the last 3 or 4 days being gloomy and rainy, I slipped more into the depressive side, and I just really wanted to sleep all the last couple of days. And I was tired this afternoon, and I laid down laid the chair back and took about an hour's nap. And he happened to ring the phone just as I was waking up. And so I said, well, I'm tired, or I'm just waking up now. I'm as receptive as I'm going to be for a while. Then I told him that, and I said, shoot your elevator pitch. Let's see what you got. I'll give you some time to talk. And we ended up spending 3 hours on the telephone this afternoon, and I've hired him to build my new website for my new company, and I'm thrilled that I finally gave him a chance to pitch to me, because it's going to be, I think, the best decision I've ever made as far as my website goes. And I look forward to progressing. I'm not going to call out the company or his name until he actually proves that he can do what he's promised. But he took the time to sit before he made any kind of pitch to me at all. He took the time to try to get to know me a little bit and ask me questions about what my goals were and what I wanted to do. And so since I'm running a brand new company and trying to grow that, I sat everything out. I spilled everything out. spilled everything that I'm going through with my personal life and what I'm trying to build for my company, making it the brokerage that makes change. And I want that to be what I'm doing and how I'm approaching this business, so that's my big why. I'm utilizing real estate now to effectively do the things I really want to do in life, which is to help people and make a difference in this world. So I no longer dislike. I never hate. Well, some days I hated real estate, but I don't hate real estate. I don't dislike real estate anymore, because now it's a tool for me to help people. And when I look at it like that, now I enjoy it. I enjoy every second I'm doing it, and I'm spending a great deal of time revamping things and writing down ideas and implementing ideas. I'm working hard, and it's going to do nothing but benefit my career and my growth. So all of that is very good stuff. And then finally this evening, I attended one of 3 of the local transgender support groups in town, trying to see if one has a better fit for me or what, and one because it is operated by the LGBTQ Center of the Cape Fear Coast, which I am a board member of. So I wanted to obviously see how that group's being run as well. And that was my second attendance of that this week. That was Wednesday night. So I'm going to also be volunteering as a facilitator for the transgender youth groups in town. Both one that's not associated with the LGBT Center, and hopefully once I'm approved, which I think I will be if I can ever get my application submitted over there for them to review, I will be approved, and that's run by the LGBTQ Center. So I'm excited to be making a difference with LGBTQ youth. I'm just going to start saying, as my favorite pastor, Kelly Eller, says, rainbow siblings. So I'm going to be excited to possibly be an inspiration and a mentor and a role model for the younger rainbow siblings in the community here. So I'm very excited about that. I couldn't possibly feel like it's a better use of my time, and that I wish so much that there had been somebody like me when I was a teenager. It would have made so much of a difference in my life. And it just, I want to be everything that I didn't have as a child. And if that means giving free mom hugs or free dad hugs, or just listening to a kid who needs an ear or a shoulder, or just being the face that's out there that says there's nothing wrong with you. You can be a strong bitch like I am, and be confident and be successful and be yourself and live your most authentic life. And I intend to fulfill that dream. I've talked about a lot of my different dreams. I have even more that y'all haven't even heard. So keep track of me, and if you can in some way help me, if you feel like you can contribute to what I'm doing, please step forward. I don't need credit for anything I'm trying to do. I want to make change. And if you got something you're trying to do and you think I can help you do that, please reach out to me, and I will do whatever I can if it's something that I support. But if you're not doing anything and you just want to sit and whine and complain that somebody stole an idea that you thought you had, or you may have had but didn't do anything with, I'm sorry to tell you, ideas are like assholes, and everybody's got one, but it's what you do with it that counts. So if you're just going to sit and whine that you have an idea, but somebody else took the idea from you, I don't have patience for that. So take that pity party to somebody else. You're not getting anything out of me for it. Either lead, join, or get out of the way of the people who are trying to make change. That's the way I feel. Not going to change the way I feel, and I don't care who is offended by that. So, because if you're offended by that, you're one of those people I'm talking about. Sorry to tell you. And on that note, I feel like I had. Oh, I do want to say one other thing. Met a couple of nice transgender people, and in these groups, I've got a couple that I'm considering very close friends already, which is wonderful. I've never had a close relationship with a transgender person in my life, probably because I was distancing myself intentionally from them in fear of dealing with my own crap. And now that that's behind me, I'm finding that I love that camaraderie, and to finally be at a place where people understand exactly what I'm going through. All of our journeys are different, but we all have a journey that's similar and that's difficult. So glad to have that, and not just one but 3 different support groups here in town. So it's pretty amazing, and I'm thankful for that. And to have girlfriends to shop with, that's even more fun. So if you want to go shopping with me sometime, reach out, and I love it. I'm about the girliest girl you can possibly get when I girly it up. So I love dolling up. I love being pretty, and that's going to happen more and more often. I also don't mind letting you all see me like this. It's how I spent 54 years, and I'm not sad about that. Which brings me up to the final point I wanted to make before I end today's podcast, and that is a lot of the trans community that I've been talking to refer to their former names as dead names. And I want to make it clear again, just for me, I don't have a dead name. I have a former name. Gregory was the person who grew me to be the person that I am today, who's strong enough to become Sybill. And Gregory is the person who almost killed himself by drinking himself to death and using ibuprofen, too much ibuprofen, because of the pain that he was experiencing. And if you didn't hear that, let me say that twice. Drinking and overusing ibuprofen. If you're doing those 2 things together, please stop it today. It will kill you. It will kill you. They're not joking on that label, kids. If you don't believe me, talk to anybody who saw me when I was laying on my deathbed on October 6th of 2020. Okay? Please stop it. Get help. And if you need help getting off of hooch or whatever, call me, talk to me. I'm always here. I will help anybody who needs a voice and needs help. But you have to take the help. You have to get the help. If I give you the help, you have to take it. If you're just going to call me to whine, I don't have time for that either. That said, Gregory is not dead. Gregory is a former version of Sybill and will be honored in my heart forever, and probably my mommy's, I imagine. But I hope that my mommy and everyone else can embrace Sybill the same way, with the same amount of love and respect and joy that we have shared for 50 plus years, and almost that much with some of my friends, Stacy and Brandy, and I know lots of you that I'm not thinking of right this second, so please don't be offended. But don't be upset if you accidentally call me Gregory if you've known me that long. I might correct you. I probably will correct you, just as I did when you slipped and called me Greg, because I hated that for many years all of you all know. So it's going to be it's going to take time to be recognized as Sybill, and I understand that. So today I understand that, and I'm grateful to my friend this morning, and just for the understanding and putting my head in a clear spot about all of this, and being able to cry out a lot of emotion that I've been feeling, and I'm not sure that that's done yet. I think that I'll probably go in waves with this for a while, and it's sort of shown me a need that I need to probably get myself into to a therapist as well, someone who specializes in transgender issues. So I'll be looking into that, and hopefully I'll just continue to grow and be a better me every single day. And if you all want to support me and be with me, I want you along for the ride. But if you're not going to support me and be with me, then it was nice knowing you. I hope you have a blessed life and a beautiful life, but I don't need you in my life. So regardless of who you are, I don't care how long I've known you. I don't care if I'm related to you. If you can't celebrate me, you can't be with me, and you can't be part of my joy. So just bear that in mind. And again, if you ever want to talk to me in a civil way, I'm happy to discuss anything with you. So just reach out. And on that note, I am going to post this and go to bed because I am absolutely exhausted. Tomorrow, hopefully, is another day for all of us, and I am looking forward to getting up and doing something productive with my day. So thank you for listening. I hope to see you next week, when I'll hopefully be having Samantha Johnson Barker on the show to discuss disability issues in the LGBT community. So tune in. Talk to you soon. Bye.